Okay, so this is another statistical tool, inferential statistical tool, which we are going to use to examine differences among three groups. So, nalatay two groups, no, that we test. So, for the three groups, our statistical tool of choices could be independent samples, one-way ANOVA, or we can choose the Kruskal-Wallis H test. So, the independent samples, one-way ANOVA is the parametric test, while the Kruskal-Wallis is the alternative non-parametric. So, let's start when to use the independent samples, one-way ANOVA. So when you have one, it's underscore, one independent variable with three or more levels, and one dependent variable, which is continuous. So this is the major requirement. So the one-way ANOVA, itong mga previous statistical tool, we call them in general as univariate statistical tool. Uni means one because of the one dependent variable. So, multivariate, so kung daghan ato ang dependent variable, but this time, one-on-one lang yun ni. Then, we are going to use one-way ANOVA if you wish to know if there is a significant difference between the means of three or more groups on the dependent variable. So, just like the other parametric test that we discussed previously, atong i-compare is ang mean. So, it can be thought of as an extension of the t-test for three or more groups. Si t-test, nag-compare gyapon ta og means, pero 2 lang to iya ka group. For the ANOVA, 3 or more. No, ato ang pwede i-compare. Now, ANOVA, extension daw siya sa t-test. So, nganong dili na lang ta magamit og t-test? Nganong mag-ANOVA pa man? So, we will answer that question later. ANOVA uses the ratio of the between group variance and the within group variance. So, later on, makita nato ni sa table kung unsa nang gitawag nato between group variance and within group variance to decide whether there are statistically significant difference between the groups or not. And then, this is the table which I'm telling you. This is the between group, within group, and we have the total. You need to familiarize this table because this is one of the thing that you are going to include in reporting the result of one-way ANOVA. So, kailangan kanina plus star, ma-familiarize na to. So, these are the first column which about the sources of variation. The variation may come from between groups or within groups. And the sum of squares, and we have this, the notation is S for the sum of squares. Tinatay B, no? Subscript to indicate that sum of squares between. And S is W, sum of squares within, and S is T, which is the sum for the SSB and SSW. Degrees of freedom, we also have the degrees of freedom with between, which is K minus 1, and within N minus K, and the total is N minus 1. This is how to compute. Ang K is the number of groups. Kung 3 groups ta, so that's 3 minus 1. So degrees of freedom between is 2. And within groups, N here is the total sample size. So if the total sample size is 60, and then 3 groups, this is 67. And then variance estimate, this is the mean square, denoted by MS, B for between, MS, W for within, computed as the ratio of our SSB here over the K minus 1. For the mean square within, it's also the ratio of the SSW and the degrees of freedom N minus K. And then the F ratio, mo ni ato ang i-compare supposedly with the critical value. This is just the ratio of the MSB, ning value nga makita dinhi, over the MSW. So, muna dahil ni ato ang F ratio, because ANOVA is the F, no? F statistics. So, kung wala tayo SPSS, we are going to compute by hand, kani atong makuha ang value lang. And then we are going to compare this with the critical value in the table. And then decide whether reject the null hypothesis or do not reject the null hypothesis. But because we're going to use the SPSS, ato na lang buhaton is timan-an kung unsay sulod ani nga table, and then we are going to add the p-value in the last column. So ang p-value ihatag na ni SPSS. Okay? Again, this table will be included in the reporting of the results of one-way ANOVA. And values in this table will be used to compute the effect size. Natay mga formulas later on for the effect size where you are going to get the values from the table. So we need to familiarize the notations in this table. And then, kanina, also, one of my questions is that, nganong dili na lang ta mag-t-test? Kabalo naman tag t-test. Para gamay na lang ang atoang statistical tool nga timan-an. No? That could probably a question. Nganong dili na lang ta mag-t-test? Nganong mag-ANOVA pa para madugangan ato ang kadaghan nga timan-an nga mga statistical tool? So this is the reason. Every time you conduct a t-test, so there is a chance that you will make a type 1 error. Nganong makakommit man tag type 1 error? Every time mag-run ta og statistical tool. Remember, the first step in conducting hypothesis testing is we set our alpha. Atong tan-awon na agad type 0.05 nga alpha. Kada run, no? For each statistical tool, kada run nato na atay alpha nga 0.05. So this error, una siya ng 5%, type 1 error. So by running two t-tests on the same data, you will have increased your chance of making mistakes, which is the type 1 error, to 10%. Example, 3 groups ato ang i-compare. So kanang 3 groups, so naatay group 1, group 2, group 3. So kung mag-run ta og t-test ani, pila man ka run? Kapila man nato i-run para makita nato ang ma-compare nato ang tulo ka groups. So kailangan tag 1 versus 2. So kailangan po tag 2 versus 3. And kailangan tag 3 versus 1. So we are going to run t-test 3 times kung naatay 3 groups. So meaning, kapila man ta nag-set og alpha 3 times pod. So meaning nag-increase ang ato ang chance of making type 1 error. So although dili mogingon man ni dinhi nga kung twice daw nimo i-run 5 plus 5 so naa kay 10%, but naa gyud na siya formula for determining the new error rate for multiple t-tests. So it's not simply multiplying 5% by the number of tests. So this is the formula. Type 1 error rate is determined as 1 minus, this is the quantity, 1 minus alpha to the power of C. So our alpha is the level of significance for each separate t-test. Then C is the number of independent t-tests. So kung 3 times ta mag-run, so kanang C, 3. Of course, our alpha is 0.05. So, mo ni ang computation. Kani. If you are only making a few multiple comparisons, the results are very similar. Example, kung 3 times, times 3, 15% man. Using the formula, we will get 14.3. Almost the same. Pero kung mas modaghan na, dili po ding ani no, ang computation. So, an ANOVA controls for these errors. So, munang tubag, nganong dili na lang ta mag-t-test. So, ANOVA controls for this error so that type 1 error remains at 5%. And you can be more confident that any statistically significant results you find is not just running lots of tests. Kung ANOVA nga to ang i-run, kaisa ra ta mag-set sa ato ang alpha nga 0.05, which is 5% chance of committing type 1 error. So, kay madiretso naman, isa lang siya ka-run. Munang, if you have 3 or more groups to compare, independent samples, one-way ANOVA is the statistical tool that you are going to use. But of course, ANOVA has assumptions that you have to satisfy before using it. For the variable, so na-mention na ni ganina, 1 independent variable, it's categorical with at least 3 categories or level. 1 dependent variable which is continuous, meaning a ratio or interval. Then assumptions of independence, which is also the same sa atuang t-test. The observations are random and independent samples from the population. So independence, so cases, people who belongs to group 1, dapat dili siya belong sa group 2 and 3. So those who are in group 2 sa group 2 rapod, and those who are in group 3 sa group 3 rapod. And hiwi man ni. This is the null hypothesis. Okay, assumptions of normality is the third, but we are going to talk about the residuals here. So residuals should be normally distributed. So unsa na pud ning residual? So distribution of residual equals normal distribution. So it's just like saying that the distribution of residuals do not depart significantly from the normal curve. So the distribution of the dependent variable within each group within each of the groups or levels do not significantly depart from normality. So atong way of checking the normality, we have two, just like the other statistical tool no nga, like the t-test yesterday, nga pwede nato gamiton ang pair differences to check the normality. Pwede po nato i-check ang distribution of each column. No, katong sa pre, tan-awon ang distribution, then post, check the distribution. If na isa nga dili normally distributed, then dili na to sila tanan. We can also do this in checking the normality sa atuang independent groups. Again, pwede residual, pwede po na to i-check ang each group do not significantly depart from normality. We can do that also. And then the fourth assumption is the homogeneity of variance. Homogeneity of variance, this means that the population variances in each group are equal. So variance sa group 1 dapat equal sa variance sa group 2 and variance sa group 3 and so on. So these are the assumptions. We have 4 for the independent samples one way ANOVA. Now let's check the assumptions. So for the first two assumptions, katumang number 1 is ang variable. So tan-aw lang nimo, you have to make sure nga your dependent variable is continuous. And you have to make sure that there's only one variable you are going to, one dependent variable you are going to analyze. And you have only one independent variable with 3 or more levels. For the second assumptions, this is for the independence assessed through an examination of the design of the study. Tan-aw lang pud nimo kay ikaw may nag-design sa imong study, so you have to examine nga katong independent gyud ang atoang samples. So, and you confirm as a researcher that two groups are independent of each other. So 2 or 3 or more groups are independent. So if not, one cannot use the independent samples one way ANOVA. And for the normality and homogeneity of variance, I have here the link para matanaw na lang nato, no? But I need to share the audio. Okay. So let's watch this video.
The data here shows the calculated values of a chemotaxis index for 3 levels of pre-treatment at levels 0, 1, and 2.
Okay, so muna example no analyzing residuals. So 3 groups, 3 levels. So that the treat here you can see 1, 2, so 3 and
we wish to perform an ANOVA analysis using this data, but first of all we wish to check whether it satisfies the normality and the homogeneity of variance conditions. But in fact, the simplest way of testing whether it will fit these conditions for the ANOVA is actually in SPSS to run the ANOVA itself and to analyze the residuals in the analysis. So we would analyze general linear model, univariate. In this case, the dependent variable is the C index. The fixed factor is the treatment. We wish to save the residuals from this calculation, so we will click Save, and we will select under Residuals, Standardized Residuals. We can also perform the test for equality of variance directly under Options, and we will click for the homogeneity tests and click Okay, we see directly the test for the equality of variances, Levene's test, and this gives a p-value of 0.845, which suggests that the equality of variance condition has been satisfied. Out of interest, at this point we can look at the results of the ANOVA calculation, which suggests that the treatment factor has got a p-value of less than 0.0005, showing it is highly significant, suggesting that there is a difference between at least two of the levels of treatment. But we still need to confirm the normality conditions to validate this result. So we now look back at our data file, and we can see that running the ANOVA, we have saved the residuals here under the variable ZRE1. This gives the residual for each of the experimental measurements. We now need to test for the normality of the distribution of these residuals. And to do this, we will analyze descriptive statistics, and we will use explore. We are looking for the distribution of residuals, so we click these across to the dependent list. We also want to look at a normality plot, so we will click plots, and we will click normality plot with tests, continue. We see the statistics of the residual variable, and we can see that the values for skewness and kurtosis are both less than 1 standard error, which suggests that the values are not significantly different from the expected values of 0 for a normal distribution. In addition, we see the tests for normality, Kolmogorov-Smirnov and Shapiro-Wilks, both show p-values which are greater than 0.05, which suggests that the requirement for normality has been met. In addition, we can look at the normality plot, which shows that the residuals closely follow the diagonal, which is the condition for a true normal distribution. Finally, we can view the variation of residuals for the different levels of treatment. And for this, we will go to Graphs, Legacy Dialogues, and we will do a scatter graph using a simple scatter, and we will define it. And to do this, we will put our residuals on the y-axis for the different levels of treatment, which we will put on the x-axis, so that we can see how the residuals are spread out for each of the 3 levels, 0, 1, and 2, for the 3 levels of treatment. And we can see that the spread is relatively similar for the 3 levels, which confirms the fact that Levene's test said that there was no significant differences between them. And overall, we can see that the data satisfies the requirements for both normality and equality of variance, and we can accept the significant result for the ANOVA calculation that we saw earlier.
Okay, wait. So daghan kaayo siya gitan-aw no in checking the normality, but it's enough to just to look at and report the Shapiro-Wilk, especially if our sample size is less than 300. So that's by checking the residual. Kato akong gingon ganina nga pwede pod nato tan-awon ang each level, ang normality of each level. So explore ko man gyapon, but in addition, kailangan i-save ang standardized residual. For the homogeneity of variance, dito ra ni Levene's test makita sa ANOVA na gyud nga pag-run. Okay, but question here, what happens if the data fail the assumptions? Katong particularly ang normality and the homogeneity of variance. So if the assumptions fail, do not panic. So the last 2 of these assumptions are easily fixable. Ayaw lang itong 1 ug 2. Kay kung dili to ma-met ang 1 and 2 nga assumption, so dili na gid pwede. But the last 2, the 3rd and the 4th, can easily fixable, even if the first assumption is not. Kato man tong normality ginamin. So let's go through the options para magamit gyapon nato si ANOVA. The one-way ANOVA is considered a robust test. So na-mention na gyapon ning robust in the previous statistical tool. So it is robust against the normality assumption. It can tolerate data that is non-normal, meaning skewed or kurtotic distribution. So pwede ra gid na ma-tolerate ni ANOVA with only a small effect on type 1 error rate. However, platykortosis, kaning kurtotic man god, it's about mesocortic and platykortic. So kung platykortosis, it can have a profound effect when your group sample size are small, which means less than 30. So muni nga ang sample size naa gid siya significant impact on our analysis. So dapat dako gid ato ang sample size. If our sample size is greater than 30, wala na gid tay pakialam sa normal distribution. Same ba si residual sa outlier, no? No, pero kung dili normally distributed, that means kay si residual is the distance man na siya from the mean of our each scores from the mean. So anaon siya pag-interpret. Siyempre kung moingon si residual nga not normally distributed siya, it implies nga it's either skewed siya or kurtotic. So kurtotic refers to the height. Unsa siya kataas i-compare sa normal curve. Ang skewness is referred to the tail. So again, si kurtosis, katong curve pataas. So pwede siya mo above sa normal curve, pwede po siya mo below sa normal curve. So kung above sa normal curve, we call it, lipto. Above sa normal curve, negative ang kurtotic. So platykortic. So kung taas po siya sa normal curve, leptokortic. Positive kurtosis. Mas taas siya sa normal curve. Si skewness, mao to ang right skewed, left skewed. So ano? If the residual again is maingon siya not normally distributed, naay possibility nga naanay outlier. Kay mo follow ra man na. Kay unsa may mahitabo sa mga outlier, mo adto sila dito sa gawas sa normal curve. So same ba ang residual ug outlier? So dili. Ang residual is the distance from the mean. Ang outlier is the score of that particular case. Sige. So again, naana ko dito sa sample size. If your sample size is big, greater than 30, wala na tay pakialam anang assumption theory nga normal ba or dili. But if your sample size is small, we need to be careful about the kurtosis. If it is platykortic, sumubo ang iyahang distribution from the mean, kanus man makabalo nga platykortic, tan-awon nato ang kurtosis value sa descriptives. Kung negative, that means platykortic. Because if it is, naana siya profound effect if our sample size is small. So this leaves you with two options. Kung gamay imong sample size and platykortic imong distribution of the residuals. So atong buhaton is transform your data using various algorithms so that the shape of your distribution become normally distributed. So transforming your data from the standard score, from the row score to the z-scores. So transforming your data to z-score, si SPSS kuan gyapon ani maka-command. Pero kung another na pud na siya nga memorize na to on how kay kuan man ni siya mag-syntax ta ani kita ang formula. Pwede ra pud ato dito buhaton ang formula sa Excel. So the formula for the z-score, sige, nalimot ko sa formula. Kailangan pa nako siya tan-awon balik no kung unsaon to ang z. Basta it's the ayata mean minus the score over standard deviation. That's the formula. So, kailangan mag-compute ang mean minus the score each, division from the mean, divided by standard deviation. Or our second option is choose the non-parametric Kruskal-Wallis H-test, which does not require the assumption of normality. Munang naa akong gibutang no in the presentation side by side gid ang parametric and non-parametric. Kay kung dili pwede ang parametric, so dito ta sa non-parametric test. In fact, maski pwede si parametric, pwede po gyapon si non-parametric. But again, ang difference nila, parametric compare the means, while the non-parametric compares the rank. And then, dili na to makita ang statistical power ni non-parametric test. So unlike sa ato ang parametric nga mas taas ang iyang statistical power. Okay, so another way to address the problem of normality is to adapt the ideal sample size provided by Cohen. So that is at least 150 cases for 3 groups here. This is the total sample size required for the number of independent variables. So this number of level ni ang ginamin. Level of independent variables. So for 3 levels, 150, 4 levels, 180, 5 levels, 200 total. So unsa kadaghan, kani gi-equals man nino, parehas gyud, but you can follow katong the larger group is not 1 1/2 more than the smaller group. Kani equals gyud. And then, anong ningon ko ganina nga kung dako ang sample size, dili na nato problemahon ang normality because of this central limit theorem. So it states here that the distribution of your data or the shape of your data is close to the normal distribution as long as 30 or more cases are sampled. So muna giingon ani nga theorem. And then the second assumption, the normality or the homogeneity of variance. So if violated, there are 2 tests that you can run. Welch or Brown and Forsyth test. Kaning duha. But in most situations, it has been shown that the Welch test is best. So both the Welch and the Brown and Forsyth test are available in SPSS statistics. So dili na punta kailangan problema. One time, nag-appeal ko og seminar sa Parso. It's about statistics to tanan, no? Ingon to ang speaker. Kani daw SPSS, kanang mga Minitab, kanang mga other available software para ra daw na sa idiot. Kay, anong idiot? Para sa idiot lang daw ni. So, ana ilang comment. Anong para sa idiot? It's because, kana tanang mga test, mag-imo ra na siyang i-pull down dito sa SPSS no, homepage. I-click lang nimo na din siya value. So, wala na ta naghuna-huna. Ang atuan na lang is nag-remember. So, the level of cognitive nga ato ang gigamit is just remembering. Na kana siya Welch, kana siya Brown and Forsyth, una na ilain. Sumotong para sa ilaha, para lang daw ni sa mga idiot ang SPSS. Because, kana sila nga mga tao ba, sila gid ang nag-develop sa mga software. So sila ang nag-program nga para ang mga user igo na lang mag-click. So dali na lang din kaayo no ang trabaho. So di na ta maghuna-huna unsaon sa pag-solve. So magtimaan lang ta nga kung ma-violate na ang homogeneity of variance, then we can use either the Welch or the Brown and Forsyth test. Click-click lang dito ni SPSS. So kung para sa mga dili idiot daw, we can use R. So R Studio. So kita ang mag-program dito sa ato ang analysis. Okay. So alternatively, you could run the Kruskal-Wallis H test pod. So kung dili ma-met ang normality, gamay ang sample size, platycortic ang data, use Kruskal-Wallis H test. If the homogeneity of variance is not met, dili na kailangan ang it's less lang gid kaayo no nga pilion nato si Kruskal-Wallis. Pilion gid nato si ANOVA as much as possible. So naa siya Welch or Brown and Forsyth test. Then another concept here, the measure of association, which is denoted by this symbol, the omega squared. Association is the strength. No, ang omega squared is a measure of the strength of the association between the independent variable and the dependent variable in ANOVA. So omega squared. So unsa daw kadako ang influence ni independent sa ato ang dependent. So mo na ang sulti ni omega squared. So omega squared indicates the proportion of the total variance in the dependent variable that is accounted for by the levels of the independent variable. So this is analogous to the coefficients of determination, the R squared. And we have this formula for the omega squared. So I hope you still remember, unsa ning SSB, ang K minus 1, MSW, SST, and MSW. So muna kong giingon ganina, nga dito ni siya makita sa ANOVA table. So later, naman tayo mga examples ani. So ato na pud nang balikan. Okay, example, if the calculated omega squared is 0.3928. So pasabot ani. So this means that the independent variable in the ANOVA accounts for approximately 39.28% of the total variance in the dependent variable. So naman tayo example ani nga na ay pangalan sa IBDB. So kaning 39.28%, wala ra siya nakaabot og 50%. So meaning gamay ra. So gamay ra daw ang effect sa ato ang independent variable sa dependent variable. 39.28% lang ang iyang effect. And this is effect size gyapon. No, or makaingon tanong nga, nganong naay unsa kadako ang differences sa ato ang, like say, knowledge sa student or achievement sa students in this particular unit. So nganong unsa kadako ang effect sa ato ang methods of teaching sa ilahang achievement. So 39% lang. So ana ato ang explanation. So kung 39%, so that's almost 40, meaning na ay 60% ana nga walay kalabutan sa ato ang method. So meaning nag-differ ang ato ang 3 groups sa ilahang achievement. Ang question nga no, 39% ana because of the method and 60% is because of the other factors. Siyempre, daghan man ang other factors, wala man nato na-appeal sa ato ang study, so dili po na nato siya ma-explain. The only thing that we can explain is only the effect of our method, which is the 39%. Okay, then, remember 3 groups to. So kung moingon ato ang statistical test, nga there is a significant difference between the 3 groups. So kinsa man gid ang mas maayo sa 3 groups? Dili na pud na siya matubag ni ANOVA. That question can be answered by post-hook procedure. So post-hook is a multiple comparison test, a priori comparisons and follow-up tests or comparison, sorry, not priori, posteriori, follow-up test or comparison. So the F ratio of ANOVA tells us that some sort of statistically significant differences exist somewhere among the 3 groups being studied. Pero mo to kung ingono nga, igo lang siya mo sulti nga naay difference sa 3 groups. Kung kinsa ang pinakamaayo or asa gid dito ang nag-differ nga groups, dili na masulti ni ANOVA. It's only the post-hook. So there are post-hook procedures enumerated here: the Tukey HSD test, Gaines-Howell or the Dannett-C test, Dannett, the Hotchbird's GT2. Naaman ni sila tanan sa SPSS. But the most commonly used is the Tukey. Pero naay mga conditions when to use them. Tukey is used if the assumption of homogeneity of variance has been met. If the assumption of homogeneity of variance has been violated, Welch atong gigamit or katong Brown and Forsyths, so dili pud Tukey atong pilion, no? The Gaines-Howell or the Dannett-C test. Then the Dannett if the treatments are being tested against a control. Then Hotchbird if group sample sizes vary. So katong 30 ang isa, 50 ang isa, so muna na nag-vary na ang ato ang group sample size. So for, again, the most commonly used is the Tukey if the homogeneity of variance has been met. Gaines-Howell if the homogeneity of variances has been violated. And then, SPSS na. How do I run one-way ANOVA in SPSS? So in the video ganina, nakita na to ninyo kung unsaon pag-run ang one-way ANOVA. Pero na ako'y example here, which we are going to use in running the one-way ANOVA. So a researcher is interested in whether participants in the experimental 1, control, and experimental 2 group differ significantly in post-test. So the data are shown at the right. Participants are coded 1 if they are in experimental 1 group, 2 if they are in the control group, and 3 if they are in the experimental 2 groups. 1 man day gyapon nino. 1 experimental 1 group, and then 2 if experimental 2 group. Okay, sige. So, let's check the variable assumption. Kaya mo din na ito ang pinakauna. What is our dependent variable? How many? And what is it? Klaro na, no? Sige, sa itong independent variable, ano? And dependent.
Independent ang groups po.
Okay, how
Group
many
one,
levels?
there are 3, Doc.
Okay, correct.
And then for the dependent, the post-test.
Okay, correct. So continuous ba ang ato ang dependent? Kay isa
Yes,
man
Doc.
na sa atong tan-awon no dapat continuous.
Yes,
So
Doc. The dependent is
Yes.
continued.
sige. So ang inyong buhaton karon is encode this data in your SPSS. So let's check. We need to run the explore command to find if there are missing values and outliers. Then if there are any, make necessary corrections. Pwede naman to ma-delete ang mga outliers no if outliers gito not part of our study. Then second, we need to check the assumptions. So you can follow the procedure presented in the video. Or I will show you the other way of checking the assumptions aside from the residual. Sige, to check for the normality, katong dito ta sa explore command mo agi. So analyze, then the explore command. Dependent is the post test. And then our group is the factor list. Then plots, you go to normality. Pwede na dili na ta mag-adto sa stem and leaf, then histogram, no? Power estimation. There, katuning ihatag niya ang distribution per category. So the case processing summary, today na to makita kung naabay missing or wala. The descriptives, so mo ni makita gyapon nato dinhi kung tong skewness and kurtosis, no? Negative, so skewness is negatively skewed. Kurtosis is platycortic. Negative man iyang axis kurtosis. Pero kuan man ni, close to zero, meaning tolerable ra ni sila nga mga shapes. Less than 1 standard error. Then sa second group nato, kita gyapon, pero ang atong tan-awon is ang Chaparral. So we can see here the distribution of the data, the dependent variable in group 1, sa group 2 ug sa group 3. So tulo atong tan-awon since we have 3 levels. And in this result, we can see that for group 1, the assumption has been met. Group 2, met gyapon. Pero sa group 3, wala na siya na met. And then the homogeneity of variance, i-output ni niya because I click the power estimation. For the homogeneity of variance, here, naatay variances based on mean, pero ang iyang gihatag is the total, no, nga homogeneity of variance sa Levens. Nga na-met gyapon 0.305. So that's another way of checking. Again, sa normality, na ay isa ka group nga dili normally distributed. So unsa man dayon ang decision ana for the normality na met or wala as overall decision nato. So mo lang po na ang problema kung isa-isahon sila og test. So katong in the video, ang gipakita is ang residual, which can be calculated using this step or procedure, no? So general linear model, univariate, and then go to the post test, put it in the dependent, then group is the fixed factor, which is our independent variable, and then save. We need to save the residual, the standardize. Okay. So munang pagbalik nato dito sa ato ang variable view. Ano ni? Oh, this is the SPSS output. So pag moadto ta sa atong data, nadugangan ato ang variable og ZRE. So makita ninyo, this is the standardized residual. So kani atong tan-awon kung normally distributed ba. So go to analyze, mobalik ra gyapon ta sa nag-output ba siya sa normality? Wala pud gi-click. Ano? Okay. So balik ta sa analyze, descriptives, explore. This time atong dependent variable dili na post test but the standardized residual. Then same dili nato i-group, no? Dili nato i-factor kay we are going to look at the distribution as a whole. Then ang normality na as a plot naka-check na. So okay. And then here we have the result. Test for normality. So na-met or wala? Normally distributed or not? Kasabot ani. Normally distributed. Ganina dito sa katong giagi nato sa katong gi-separate, ang isa wala na met, ang duha na met. Munang it's not easy to decide kung ingon adto no ang ato ang gamiton nga procedure. Mas advisable if we are going to check the normality of the residual kay wala na gid kay laing tan-awon kana ra yung isa ka value. So it's easy for us to decide nga oy na met ang assumptions of normality or wala. So normality assumptions has been met and the homogeneity of variance has been met. And so mag-run na ta sa ato ang ANOVA. So SPSS output here. So Platycortec, I already explained this ganina. The normality, dahil lagi nag-result. Anong 0.001? Ano itong ganina nga output? 0.13. Ang naa din sa PPT is 0.01. Naa siguro tayo na pag-input nato ba dili parehas negative 061, negative 71. O maski diri o lahi siya og value. Sige, ang sa inyo ha, unsa inyo hang na output for the test of normality of the standardized residual. Kani parehas ba ang Chaparral? Kasi diri sa PPT ni ano ing ani siya wala sila nagparehas. Okay, anyway, mao na gyud siguro ni ang correct na basig nasayop mi diri og encode ang naa sa PPT. So after that, na-met man to ang assumption, so mag-run na din ta sa ato ang ANOVA. So ang ANOVA, this is the procedure, one-way ANOVA. You follow the procedure, then ano na yung tayo result. Kani nga part here, makita ninyo ang tanan choices for the post hook. So naa diri ang makita nato ang 2K katong mga danets, LSD, so mo ni mga choices for the post hook. But we check the 2K. So nganong 2K to? It's because the homogeneity of variance has been met. So diri pod nga part, makita ninyo ang homogeneity of variance test. Makita to ninyong brown forsake nga atong choices kung dili normally distributed. I mean, dili siya satisfied ang homogeneity of variance. Naapod ang Welch. So pwede na i-click na to na tanan, pwede ta magbalik-balik. So muna kong gi-mention no nga, naara na sila sa SPSS tanan. So maklik ra na to. Let's continue. This is the SPSS output. Try to look at your output if makita ninyo ang descriptives. In the descriptives, the first column, makita nato no kani there is ibabaw. That means our dependent variable is the post-test. And the levels of our independent variable, you can see here, parehas matag value sa mean, sa experimental 1,
Yes,
control. Okay, ngano kaya to ganinang dito parehas? And then for the homogeneity of variance, nakita nato ni ganina pag run ako nga value, right? 0.305 man nalahi to ganina. Okay, what does it mean kung 0.305 ang 11? The homogeneity of variance, makita nyo mo ni mga output nga atong tan-awon. Possibly daghan kay nag-output ng gawas din sa inyong SPSS. Pero kani atong tan-awon nga output. So what are we trying to determine kaning 0.305? So again, ang inyong clue is the table title. Kaning homogeneity of variance o kanang 11, say nagbalik-balik ra man na siya gikan pa ni t-test. 11 for the homogeneity of variance assumption. Chaparral for normality assumption. Gikan ni t-test, ni ANOVA, ni ANCOVA, ni correlation, mo ra gid na sila nga mga test. No na magbalik-balik ra na. So daghan pero balik-balik. So ano atong gitan-aw ani is ang homogeneity of variances nga assumption. So it has been met. The variances of the three groups are equal. So homogeneous ang variance. Now, kanina pod nga table. Title niya kay ANOVA. Unsa pod ato ang makita diri? Kani nga value, unsay pasabot ana? 0.28. That's the p-value. So, maingon na pod ta nga reject the null or fail to reject the null. Significant or not significant? Okay, significant, reject the null. So, unsa man ang null ani? Kay wala man dayta nag-formulate og null hypothesis ani ganina, but since na kita naman to ninyo unsa ni atong gipang-encode ani, so probably ma-formulate mo sa null ani. So unsa man atong i-reject ani? Para unsa na inang ANOVA? So kani makabalo na ta nga reject the null. Ang di na to mawala no unsa atong i-reject. Ay wa ta na kabalog unsay i-reject ug unsay i-accept. Dili kayo importante no ang pagsulti reject or accept. Iba in reporting, ang importante gyud is makasulti tag significant or not significant, then unsa na natong conclusion? Siyempre, ang conclusion nato katong hypothesis. Dapat kabalo tag unsa itong hypothesis ani. Sige. Habalikon na to. Kaya na ra. I-reject or i-accept. I-reject.
Reject.
Diba ang null man ang no? Parehas raman na sila og alpha. No reject, not to reject. Muna ang pinaka-importante inyong duty man is unsa to ang null. So ang ANOVA nga table mao na ni siya ang mo answer sa research question. So kani si 11 mao na siya ang mo answer kung homogeneous ba ang variance. No, si Shapiro-Wilk katong sa normality. So ang atong output gikan ni t-test magbalik-balik ra man ni sila nga mga title sa table. Yes sir Michael.
Ang sa use ni post hoc test.
Di ba si ANOVA igo ra man ta moingon nga there is statistically significant difference among the three groups. Tulo man na siya ka group. So kinsa man ang nag-differ? Group 1 or group 2, group 2 or 3, 3 or 4. Si post hoc ang mutubag ana. So if di ba natay ANOVA table, if the test of homogeneity of variance is not significant, take the value from this table. Kani itong kwaon. If significant, kani daw, if significant ni, take the values from the robust test of equality means table shown below. So again, kani nga table atong kuhaon kung masatisfy ang homogeneity of variance. Kung dili masatisfy ang homogeneity of variance, kani nga table atong kuhaon. Kay mao maning giingon ganina didto sa ato ang concept na if the homogeneity of variance has been violated, your option is the Welch or the Brown and Forsyth. Mo na tong option mo nang kani atong kuhaon nga table, values from this table. So value from this table will be used only if the homogeneity of variances is significant. No? And then the post hoc dayon another important result nga atong tan-awon. So the post hoc here makita nato nga natay groups. Then the groups gyapon ni mean difference, standard error, then the p-value. Unsay pasabot ani? So experimental 1 versus control group. The p-value is 0.094. Experimental 1 versus experimental 2. The p-value is 0.907. So naparis na 1 control, 1, 2. Unsa na lay wala? Ang control group ug ang experimental 2. So pwede na to di siya tan-awon dire. Control group ug experimental 2, ang p-value is 0.032. So mo ni ang magsulti kung naabay difference ang between groups. So sa experimental 1 versus control, naabay significant difference.
Not significant.
O not significant. Experimental 1 and experimental 2.
Not significant yapon no.
Not significant. Control and experimental 2.
Significant no.
There is significant.
So mo na, no? Meaning, dito na to makita ang difference si control o experimental 2. Kung baliko na to ang ANOVA table, there is a difference. Iyang giingon, right? There is a difference among the three. So asa man ang difference si control o si experimental 2. So mo na ang mga result. But syempre, kailangan na to siya i-put into writings. So nagkasinabot na ta nga mao na siya ang interpretation of the results. And now, we are going to put them in writing para ato nang isulat sa ato ang paper, sa ato ang publishable paper or sa atong research. Isulat na nato. Hala pa di ay. Napatay plots no means plot. So this is the visual presentation of our post-test course among the group experimental 1, control, and experimental 2, then the mean of the post-test in the y-axis. So makita nato diri nga ang control group mubo gid iyahang score. Pag experimental 1 itaas, pag experimental 2 ang pinakataas. Then we can also see the descriptives. Kay ato maning gi-click ka ganina. Unsa man ni? Subset. Kani nga kuan dili na kay ni siya importante. So looking at the graph, makita pud nato nga kani og kani layo ra gid kaayo. Ang experimental 1 ug 2 dili ra sila maglayo og katas-on sa ilang post-test. So it's up to you whether to report the mean plot or not. So how to report the results of the independent samples one-way ANOVA? So kailangan nato ni masulat assumption testing, of course, the normality and the homogeneity of variance, descriptive statistics, mean, standard deviation, number per cell, sample size per group ang ginamin ani, total sample size or sample size per group ang small. Degrees of freedom within and between, observe F value, the ANOVA F ratio, then the P value. Then note, if the test is significant, report the omega squared, the post hook, and the effect size. So, dapat anang tulo. Sa atong result ganina, it's significant. So, munang kailangan nato i-report ang omega squared, ang post hook, which is the tuki ang ato ang gi-click ganina, and the effect size per group. No? Per group nga na ay significant. So, yung ani na dayon ang itsura sa ato ang report. So, you copy the descriptive statistics. Napay di descriptive statistics nga na-output dito. Let's go back to our output. Okay, so nara ang descriptives. So, mean, standard deviation, and then the category. So, kaning nga data, kaning nga table, pwede ninyo i-copy and then i-edit. So, mauni ang kahit kung mag-report mo kag mga mean, standard deviation, wala na to gi-table, medyo labad sa ulo. Pero kung naka-table, mas gwapa siya tan-awon. So, mean and standard deviation of post-test scores by group. And then, preliminary assumption testing was conducted. An alpha level of 0.05 was used for all analysis. So, data screening, sumotong gitanaw nato no ang outlier within each group shows there is no outlier. Although, ang Shaperow-Welch, para unsa ganing Shaperow-Welch?
Test of normality daw.
Okay, para sa normality. Show that the residual is not normally distributed. Not ba to? Pila gito?
Normally man yan.
Normally to. Nasayop man gud siguro to ako ang PPT, no? Well, I'll go back to the output. Test of normality. So, kana man ng each group. Ang residual is 0.13. So, normally distributed, di ay ni. Oh, no. So, nasayop ni. Sayop di ay ako ang PPT. So, this is, ano kaya to? Na picture. Ako ni. Sige na lang. Please listen na lang, no? And try to edit. Ako ni edit later. So, normally distributed di ay ni. Ano po yung pinako 0.001. Murag na sayop siguro ko og tanaw sa residual. Okay, lagi mo siya nabutang di rin ako. Nasayop ni. Sige, I'll change. Pero ang other na to nga value, mean, standard deviation, parehas ra. 0.21. 21 ang mean. Descriptives. Residual man eh. $21.40, 19.81. Oh, correct. Tadiayin murag. Ang kani siguro din mo ay nasayop ko og kuha og screenshot. Sige. I will edit the kaning explanation, no, kay not normally distributed man ang nabutang ani nako. So the residual is normally distributed, then the p-value is 0.13. So kani wrong na ni kay normally distributed, so dili siya platycortex ni. So wala na ni nga last 3 nga discussion. So one-way analysis of variance or ANOVA was used to examine whether student scores on post-test significantly differ by teaching method they receive. Kay kaning atong group nato is ang group 1 lahi man nga method, ang group 2 lahi pod nga method, ang group 3 lahi pod nga method. So the independent variable are represented by the 3 different types of teaching method, to experimental 1, control, and experimental 2. So the dependent variable was the student scores on post-test. So see table 1. So mo ni ang table 1. So wala nag-enumerate no nga na min kay enumerate na po nagbalik later on. And here for some researchers, the assumptions of normality is not necessary if the group sample size is greater than 30. Pero mawala naman na kay normally distributed naman. You can use this explanation kung dili normally distributed. So to continue, kay ang na-report dito nga assumption is about normality, we need to also include the homogeneity of variance assumption. So the test of homogeneity of variance was not significant. Ang levels nato kaning 2 is the DF, degrees of freedom between. Ang 95 is degrees of freedom within. So nganong 2 ni, it's K minus 1 man no. So 3 groups. And then anong 95 ni, pila dito total? It's 93, it's N minus K. K is 3 groups, more 95. The 11 statistics is 1.20. So asa nagikan ang 1.20? So naara ang 11. So 1.20, sorry. So muna 1.20 no. And then degrees of freedom gyapon morning 295. And then the p-value. So ang importante ani lang masunod na dai ninyo kung asa nigikan ang mga numbers, because you can copy and paste this explanation. Inyo na lang din ang pulihan ang mga naka-red. So 11 is 120, P is greater than 0.30, di ba 0.3052. So pwede ra gid na ninyo magamit mo og equals instead of greater than. Kung maglibog mo ng mga greater than, you can use equals and then follow the rounding off, no, the correct rounding off. And then kasi pasabot ani nga p-value, kay ang p-value man itong i-explain. Isulat raman ni nato sila nga mga value, pero dili nato ni sila i-explain. Kana rang p-value nga greater than 0.30. So indicating that the assumptions underlying the application of ANOVA was met. So ang homogeneity of variance ang na-met yung ginamit. So the one-way ANOVA of post-test scores, see table 2. So mo ni ang table 2, mo ni kato kung pinakauna nga gipakita nga table nga naay between, within, total, sum of squares, degrees of freedom, mean square, F ratio. Then mag-add tag p-value. So revealed a statistically significant main effect. Main because katong question lang nga general nga naabay difference ang 3 groups, mao ra ito bago ni ANOVA. Unang main effect. Main effect, so nanaputay F 295. So nara na 295. Equals 3.71 is here. So this is the F, kay ang F man na. Then, P is 0.28. Again, isulat nato ni, pero ang atong i-explain is ang P. So kanang P, unsay pasabot anang P? The P, which is equal to 0.028, indicating that not all 3 groups of the teaching method resulted in the same post-test scores. So pasabot, significant daw kay not all 3 are the same. So meaning na ay different. So depende na gid na kung unsaon ninyo pag-istorya. Pwede na po kami na indicating that there is a significant or statistically significant difference in the post-test scores of the 3 groups. Okay. Not all 3 are the same, no? So meaning na ay difference. And then, since significant, kailangan nato i-report ang omega squared. So to compute the omega squared, giun sa man pagkuha ang 0.051. So this is our formula. SSB. Pilay value sa SSB. We are going to calculate this by hand. Wala tayo choice. So pila ang SSB? Gani ang SSB diri? Sa table?
68.06, ma'am.
Okay, good. Minus, man ang K minus 1. Kani? Pila man ni? Degrees of freedom man ni. Unsa kay ito ning K?
3, ma'am.
3, ma'am.
Okay, K is 3.
Minus 1.
Minus 1?
2.
2. O mo ni. Degrees of freedom between. MSW.
Ano, ma'am?
9.17.
9.17.
Okay, good. SST.
The 938.75.
Okay, MSW. So, balik ta sa
34. Ay,
MSW.
9.17.
9.7.
Sige, i-try ganyan yung ka ng calculator kung makuha ba ng 0.51. Okay, that's the omega squared. Okay ra?
Okay.
Correct ba ang computation? Tama ra. So, unsay pasabot kung ingon ana ang omega squared? So, it indicated, the omega squared indicated that approximately kay i-transform nato siya in percent times 100%, so 5.1. So, approximately 5% of the variation in the post-test scores is attributable to differences between the three groups of teaching method. So, gamay ra kaayo ang effect sa teaching method sa ilahang differences in the post-test. Only 5%. So, kung atong gusto na ito ma-explain nga, nganong naa may differences ang ilang post-test scores. 95% ana is because of the other factors. 5% lang ang because of the method. So, di na ito ba makita nga kung kuan bitaw ta, maghatag tag mga intervention, dayon mag-experiment ta. Mingon din ta nga, uy, mas maayo gidi ay ang ako ang methods of teaching nga gi-innovate, i-compare sa conventional. Si statistical tool, si ANOVA, moingon siya nga yes, na ay difference. Pero unsa kadako ang difference, dili na siya maka-explain, no? It's the omega squared nga maka-explain. Nga unsa kadako, no? So kung atong tan-awon, naay significant ang three methods, pero gwapo ba ang result? Dili man day gyapon because it's only 5% ang iyang effect. So ana. And then kailangan nato i-report ang post-hook. It's because naay significant difference. So let's continue. Post-hook comparison using 2K procedures were used to determine which pairs of the three group means differed. So these results are given in table 3 and indicate that students who had received the experimental 2 teaching method, MINIA is equal to 21.72, scored significantly higher. So ikani explanation sa table 2. So nara ang 3. So ang post-hook table is ingani po siya itsura. Nawala ang heading dai dinhi. Stop. Ano lagi mag-edit. Then I'll look at the PDF file here. PDF files. So mo ni nga file ang ako ang gi-share sa inyo, ha? Kailangan na po na ko i-edit. Okay, mo ni ang heading, no, sa ato ang PDF file for table 3. So you can, in the first column, groups. So experimental 1, 2. Then you write the mean of that groups. Then here naapod tay katong groups gyapon. And then ang atong makita dinhi nga part is ang difference ni sa mga mean. So mean difference, so meaning ang isa ka group minus the other group. And then open close parenthesis sa ubos sa mean is ang effect size. So for example, ang anong 0, 0 ni 0.00. So it's because atong gikuha ni nga difference is ang mean sa experimental 1 ug mean sa experimental 1. So kumbaga, experimental 1 minus experimental 1. So mo na iyang mean. So 0 ni. Dili ni mo gawas sa SPSS. Ay actually mo gawas dito sa post-hook. Pero kailangan mo na to i-rearrange ang information. So, dili na ta magbutang. Okay, later, ngano dili ta magbutang diha. Dili sa ta sa, so nahuman na ta og kuha sa difference sa experimental 1, experimental 1. So this is control group minus experimental 1. So control group is 19.81, minus experimental 1 nga 20.41, mo negative siya, 1.59. And then, kuhaon gyapon nato ang mean difference sa experimental 1 ug sa experimental 2. So, experimental 2 is 21.72. Nakita ninyo ako ang slide? I mean, PDF file. Okay, so experimental 2 minus experimental 1. So, 21.72 minus 21.41. Unang 0.31. So, humanata sa first column. Next is second column. Dire. Control group versus experimental 1. Wala butang og value, ngano man. Ang kani magud siya pwede nga diri ta mo butang sa ibabaw or diri sa ubos nga part. Kay parehas ra man na sila result. So ang gibuhat ani is dinhi siya gikuha ang value control minus experimental 1. O naa naman. Diba? So kani this is supposedly control versus experimental 1. So na-ansira na nato diri. Mo nang dili na ni nato butangan. Next, nganong 0, 0 na pod ni? Unsa di atong gi-minus diri?
Control minus control daw.
So na 0, 0.
Yes.
Kani, unsa gi-minus
Experimental
ani?
2 minus experimental.
Okay, notice na siya asterisk. Diba? That means, ang imong p-value ani is less than 0.05. Pila day ang p-value sa difference ni experimental 2 ug ni control. So, pwede na po nato siya balikon dito sa atong result. Kay pasabot ana significant di ay ang difference ni experimental 2 ug control. Which is nakita na ni nato daan kaganina. O nara no? Experimental versus control, 0.32. So, significant ang ilahang difference. So, actually, nara ilang difference. So, morning mga difference ganina. So, balikan nato diri. So, naka-plug in na siya legend. Nga kani nga difference is significant. If the difference is significant, kailangan nato computon ang effect size. Ibutang din sa ubos sa difference ang effect size. Effect size is calculated using this formula, GD. Pwede na D ato ang note ani no or G. Kay maura man na sila nga symbol. So absolute value of the mean difference, so kanang 1.98 divided by MSW, square root of MSW. So again, kanang MSW, dili gyapon na nato makuha sa atuang table. So MSW. Sige, daghan na kayo og kailangan timan-an. So we will end after ani, dili na lang sa nako i-explain ang isa ka ANOVA nga type. Tapos the remaining time, use it to review the presentation. No kaning PDF file, balikon ninyo og tan-aw ang atong mga PDF file and you try to familiarize the concepts and the mga terminologies. Dayon, you run the SPSS again para ma-familiar pud mo sa SPSS. And then you look at the output, unsang output ang kailangan tan-awon, what is this output for? Unsay tubagon ani nga output? So balikan na ninyo.